Yeah, the village of Dolton is going down, and it's going down hard. And I'm really hoping that the people wake up and try to vote these people out, because they are going to be the downfall of their city. And the city mayor, Tiffany HENYARD, doesn't care. The other village administrator, he definitely doesn't care, because what you're about to witness in this video is, there's some really interesting things about it, and I'm telling you, this is a bad, bad city. Extremely bad. But let's get into this video. Don't forget, hit that like, share, and that subscribe button, all that good stuff. And I'm out. Soloyaker, deuce.
In the village of Dolton, a contentious issue has arisen regarding unpaid vendors and fiscal responsibility. Let's dive into the details of this ongoing conflict. The mayor says if the vendor does the work, they should get paid.
If they did the work, pay them. What is the issue? Pay them.
Well, you know, there's this thing called a budget, and there's a thing called not overspending on the things that you budget for. So yes, you have to be careful within your budget, but obviously you don't care putting them into a $7 million deficit.
And all I'm asking is you guys to pay me what's owed to them. They did the work, let's pay them. That's the end of my statement.
And sometimes we just wish you would just shut up too. You know, like whenever you just spew this nonsense out of your mouth, it doesn't make it any better for you.
But the sad reality is, after the board does vote for important items to get paid, it doesn't happen. One of the key components of this dispute is the Community Block Grant, an annual grant allocated to the village for street resurfacing. The board voted to resurface 5 streets in Dolton and to pay the vendor responsible for the work. Unfortunately, despite the board's decision, the vendor remains unpaid. On December 14th, D Construction sent an email to Trustee Jason House, highlighting the unpaid balance of $378,620.64. The situation extends beyond street resurfacing. The company LED Lighting Solutions, responsible for installing special stop signs that light up, is also awaiting payment with a balance of $17,999.80. Vendors frustrated by the lack of response from the mayor and her administration, these vendors turned to the trustees for help. It's worth noting that these vendors were approved by the board.
Like I was saying, this is very typical of what Super Mayor does. She does whatever she feels like, and she doesn't even pay attention to who the vendors are supposed to be using. You know, you've got one that's 300 plus thousand, and they already have another payment that's due too, that's coming. You know, and then you've got all this work that they're doing, all this work, and they've already approved to be paid. But the mayor is the one that, you know, it comes from the clerk. The clerk signs the checks, the mayor signs the checks. And the mayor's not, obviously, she's either not signing the checks, or she's just ignoring it because she wants her friends that are doing the work for her or for around the town. That's who she wants to get paid first. Not the people that have already, pay the people that have already done the work. We've already told you can pay them, but you're not paying them. So what's the deal?
Further adding to the complexity of the situation, the heart of the matter lies in the village's financial situation. The administration does not have the funds to pay these vendors because of the current $7 million deficit and the $1 million police detail.
Overtime police before this administration that did not have security details following them around everywhere, overtime was at $600,000 maximum every year. This administration is at 1.6 million. How are we going to get service? We need the mayor to stop spending money irresponsibly.
4 years ago, we were not in this mess. 4 years ago.
Yes, we were.
So, correction. We were not in this mess. We were paying bills. We did not have vendors emailing us on a weekly basis for non-payment.
And that's the trippy thing about a lot of this, is that they actually had a surplus of money before this administration came in, and they've racked up $7 million in the, I'm guessing, the 4 years she's been in office, in this is the time for Dolton to make a change. If you want change, the only way you can do it is get out there and vote her out, because obviously something just ain't clicking, because she's just doing whatever she wants, and until something changes, whether she's arrested or she gets turned out, that's the only way it's going to happen. So keep fighting, Dolton.
To keep the false story that the board is not doing their job and the village is not going broke, she is taxing the residents with high fines and water shutoffs in the winter.
They are all here after getting slapped with various citations all of a sudden by the city.
Every single resident. Pay me what you owe me.
In conclusion, the board stands united in their effort to prevent the administration from pushing Dolton further into debt.
Now, speaking about money, well, guess what Super Mayor went and did? She went over to friggin' see Mr. Joe friggin' Biden. Yeah, he went over and hung out with him. I wonder how much that cost the taxpayers of Thornton Township and Dolton. But let's play this real quick.
I'm here at the White House. Yes, special guest of the president. Yes, President Joe Biden.
And then we've got Mr. Keith Freeman. Oh man, he's a piece of work too. They have a recall, or there's a petition to get Keith Freeman out of the village administrator. I'll put that up here. I will leave a link in the description below if you want to. Anybody can sign this petition. So you can go over, sign this petition, and try to get Keith Freeman out.
All because of Keith Freeman. Because Keith Freeman is a messy person. Now, Keith Freeman, he's been in and out of trouble since he was a young person. He was charged for theft in 2000. He was charged with a felony in Iowa when he turned 27. This was back in 2005. Theft in the second degree. Oh, Keith is a busybody. He has a long rap sheet. He never cleared up his charges because back in 2011, he was in Palm Beach, Florida.
So, Mr. Freeman came to Florida and tried to, man, Keith Freeman, you're making Florida look bad. Stay out of Florida, man. Stay up there in Illinois. Keep to your roots, my G. Don't come down here with that mess.
Where they extradited him back to Iowa. They said out-of-state fugitive. Fugitive from justice. Tiffany Henyard made a big fuss about not giving background checks. And this is one of the reasons why she didn't want to give a background check. Because anybody that works for municipal department or the city can have felonies. And I'm pretty sure they can't have theft.
You can't make this stuff up. You literally can't make it up. Like, it's starting to, all this is starting to unfold in front of Dolton, and it's only a matter of time. Whether it's Tiffany Henyard or Keith Freeman, either one of them can go. I believe both of them should go, and I'm hoping the residents, they decide the same thing. Now I want you to go over to Chawanne Burns' YouTube channel. Links will be in the description, and I got some of these clips from her where she goes through some numbers, but you need to watch her video about the numbers, because I'm not gonna just take all of it, but I do want you to understand that what you're about to witness right now is crazy about Keith Freeman, and that's why I'm saying, if you need to, there's a petition link in the description. Go and sign it, and hopefully they can get Keith Burns out, but we're about to do a dive into Mr. Keith Freeman. So yeah, let's do it.
How in the world are you filing for bankruptcy, not able to pay your bills? You live in an apartment. That's what I found out from his bankruptcy. He lives in an apartment, probably not so expensive apartment. You're collecting money from the village of Dolton, and you're also collecting money from Thornton Township. So you're making about $150,000 a year. I'm pretty sure it's more. He's saying that he only works for Thornton Township. Your income, Thornton Township, municipality manager, gross income $5,800.
Oh, they doing all types of ducking and dodging and trying to, just hide whatever they can hide. This is insane. Like I for those people that, you know, go bankrupt, I feel for you. But what this guy's doing is complete fraud.
This was just in October. Keith Freeman, $3,800 every 2 weeks. And he claims that he only makes $5,800 from Thornton Township, employer's name, Thornton Township.
And just by the math, by that number coming out of Dalton, this guy's clearing at least 80-something thousand, 90-something thousand. Easy. Just in Dalton. So, yeah, I'm sure that number is a lot higher. But, you know, he's trying to hide it.
Is because Keith is a 1099 employee. He's not paying no taxes off his income. No Social Security taxes, no medical taxes, no benefit taxes. Keith owes a lot of money to a lot of people. This is not a bankruptcy for a company or anything like that. This is his personal bankruptcy.
And make sure you go over to Chawanne Burns' YouTube channel. That link will be in the description. She does a great job. I only took a couple little clips out of it. Yeah, I highly suggest you go over there and learn a lot, because she does a lot of good work over there as well about the Dalton situation. So leave her a comment. Let her know the Armed Fisherman sent you. And yeah, that's all I got. And I'm sure there's going to be more to come at their next council meeting. So just stay tuned, get that popcorn ready, and I'm out. Soloyaker, deuces.